Chapter 12, To Tug at Tangled Threads. Back at your house, the team sits at the kitchen counter figuring out your next step. Alright, so we've got a murder weapon, an experimental pharmaceutical that people can use recreationally. I can't find anything on the capecipan benzenite online, just info on the manufacturer. Guess it's still in medical trials or something. That's how things work. So it's a pretty niche thing to get a hold of. That's gotta be trickier to track down than, I don't know, horse tranks? Not that I'm an expert. Stevie, you got any insight? Hey, just because I like to flirt with technically not side illegal, doesn't mean I'm an expert on what are easy to get off the street. But, do you know someone who is? I'm not assuming anything. You're just kind of a closet. We've got an inside man. Well, I do have some people I could text. But you can't just go to the weed guy who casually selling to get a game console. We'll have to talk to someone with connections, sources. Fortunately or unfortunately, I may have a next step for us. Don't sound so thrilled about it. I just don't want to drag you into my sordid life of crime, you sweet, innocent summer child. There's this guy, not much older than us, who deals pills he skims from his day job at Beechwood Hospital's pharmacy. If the hospital carries the benzenite, he could have been the one who sold it to the killer. And even if he didn't, he'll probably know where they could have gotten their hands on it. Problem is, I haven't exactly been subtle about disrespecting his business plan. So he might be suspicious if you start asking about it. Not that it helps that our local PI extraordinaire is asking to... She nudges you with her shoulder. Maybe we'll have to grunge you up to make you look less sus. Let's see if you can contact, we'll even meet us first. Stevie sucks in a breath, takes out her phone, taps a text. It doesn't take long for the text to come in on Stevie's phone. Wow, that was fast. Maybe the dude's hurting for business? He says he'll meet us at 9 p.m. Beechwood Harvest Festival. At the festival? Smart, neutral ground. No one will question a group of young people meeting up at a festival. And there will be so much noise and activity that no one will bother listening in either. You know, I never thought that much in How to Make a Secret Meeting 101. Welcome to the private eye life, Ty. Guess we're going to a harvest festival. Well, why don't we get a bit earlier and enjoy the actual festival stuff first? We do have a few hours to kill, and we can't really keep investigating until we talk to this guy. Hell yeah, Ferris will. Here I come. The rest of you give her surprised smirks. What? It may sound cliche, but it's fun, and I love heights. But first, like, let's de-narcify you. Like, take me to your closet. You go to your room and let the others rifle through your clothing. What about this jacket? I got some rebel vibes. You look sharp at the festival, too. And by sharp, we mean gloriously rough around the edges. A veritable teenage dirtbag. I guess I'm overruled. Might as well try on what you've assembled. Avengers, assemble! Okay, one, I thought there was a jacket. I'm just saying. I was lied to. What do you think? You look like teenage screw-up headed nowhere in life who just had the 90s throw up all over her. Nothing wrong with the 90s. Not really, I'm going for 80s. Great job. Thanks, I think. Don't listen to Stevie Blake, you look great. Yeah, I'm really digging the fit. You gotta wear that for Head Over Hell's next gig. Time to head to the festival. Time to bide our time. Till we meet up with a guy who might have sold the drug that killed a Gabby. You stroll into the annual festival, Harvest Festival, where every single person in Beechwood seems to be in attendance. The air smells like apples, nostalgia, and it all brings a small smile to your face. I actually wanted to go to the fair this year. It's already too late for me. Well, I can think of worse places to wait for a sketchy meetup. At least it's got atmosphere. Have you all been here before? Actually, Perdita used to take me. For a moment, it's hard not to think about how much years have passed since that happened, but you take a breath, you're professional, and you shake it off. I haven't been here since, but it's nice to see it again. Funny how much still looks the same. Hey, I've still got the best kettle corn in the whole state. We aren't just here for the snacks, running man. We're here to get answers for Gabby. And we won't get those answers until tonight. Our contact will be there and Donovan, I swear, but until then, we might as well see the sights. Why come to the festival if you're not gonna... Harvest Festival? When did Harvest Festival become a verb? Yeah. It took me a minute. I was reading it and I'm like, what? Just now? Tyler... You're not gonna take no for an answer, are you? Nope. Now come on. What do we want to start with? I got an idea. A crisp fall breeze rustles through the air as TV leads you to a stretch of lawn where festival goers are busy carving pumpkins. Nearby, a child calls out from a straw tunnel. I am the Pumpkin King, you lesser souls, to do my bidding! Boo! Down with the Pumpkin King! This is a democracy! Oh, to be young again. That could have been us 10 years ago. And it's gonna be us now. I promised to bring a jack-o'-lantern home to Sophia, and I don't want to forfeit my cool big sister card. I used to visit this booth every year when I was a kid. I haven't been in a while, but I was always a faster carver than Gabby. I bet I can finish mine faster than any of you. That's good for you. That's great. You finished first. Good job. You are so on. This doesn't have to be a competition. But it's too late. With a roll of your eyes, you sit down at the table with the others and scoop the guts out of the pumpkin so it's ready to carve. And I'll carve 2 large triangles for eyes, and a smaller one for the nose. Oval-shaped eyes with eyebrows and diamond-shaped nose. Asymmetrical eyes and no nose. A diamond-shaped nose? No nose leaves more room for mouth and eyes. You poke your knife into the pumpkin at random and then connect the cuts until they form 2 large, amorphous shapes. Avant-garde, I like it. Time for the mouth. Asymmetrical with some teeth sticking up, a handlebar mustache, a big grin with jagged teeth. Why not? A classic pattern, and it only takes a minute to carve. Donovan finishes his carving 2 seconds before Stevie, who gives him a respectful nod. Alright, show us what you got. Donovan lifts his pumpkin to show off a round face with 2 large eyes and a cluster of small holes punches into the set of a mouth. Is it some kind of constellation? I think it's supposed to be a hockey mask, like Jason. Somebody gets it. Well, I didn't go for anything complicated. He shows off a roughly carved pumpkin with a big smile and tries to imitate its dramatic grin. But it kind of looks like me, right? Sure, like father, like son. Stevie spins her pumpkin around, grinning proudly, and you see the ghost emoji. Ugh, God help us. It's Sophia's fave right now. Big step up from her session with the clown emoji, let me tell you. Then it's your turn to proudly show them your creation. Nice. You carved a unique jack-o'-lantern. What, is it? No clue. I was just making it up as I went along. Jesus Christ. I mean, she's not wrong. Your choices are valid, and I respect them. Now, unless we want to carry these bad boys around all day, let's stash them in Tyler's trunk. Seriously, my whole car is gonna smell like pumpkins. That's a bad smell? Question mark? Let's just tell everyone you got a pumpkin spice air freshener. People love that stuff. Ugh, except me. Listen, I just had a bad experience, don't at me. With your carved pumpkins out of the way, sorry, Tyler's drunk, you head back to the main festival grounds. Are we 100% sure that there won't be any sign of the guy until the meetup? That's what he told Stevie. But while we're here, can't hurt to get the lay of the land. If you say you never know when a clue will turn up, I will smack you. I don't know, or need to say it, if everyone's already thinking it. You stroll across the grounds looking to the booths, games, and very persistent smell of apple cider. If someone here isn't bottling the stuff as perfume, you're no detective. So, are we just looking for clues, sketchy guys, or both? People we know. You follow Donovan's glare across the lawn to a cluster of laughing girls. In the middle of them, spot always reserved for the queen bee is Claudia. Yeah, sure, I'll post it on my gram. Just get my good side, okay? I don't believe this. She was Gabby's best friend, but the second my sister dies, she becomes queen of the castle. Popularity hates vacuum. And he's right. Everyone did flock to Claudia fast. But the other girls are laughing and chatting so eagerly that Claudia can barely get a word in edgewise. And you notice something they don't. The way her smile fades in rare moments when no one else is looking. Maybe it wasn't her choice. I don't think Claudia asked to be Beechwood High's new it girl. I think it just happened. She doesn't exactly look like she's having fun. Still, she's got more clout than half the people in her year put together. You really feel bad for her? Popularity didn't seem to make Gabby's life any easier. I don't think it'll be any kinder to Claudia. Donovan sighs and shrugs. Saying clout will not benefit you is the mentality of someone who has never had clout. I'm just saying. Whatever, let's keep moving. I just had to say it. The place is a sea full of familiar faces. You pass kids tossing water balloons, people buying game tickets, and, two of the worst people in Beechwood at 10 o'clock. Dr. Morgan and Mrs. Morgan, Joanna's parents. You've never seen them around much, which is small mercy, but right now they look like they're arguing. For the last time, I don't care which pattern you get. Well, this cross-stitch is going to hang right in our living room, so you ought to care. Or are you saying you just don't care about me? Oh, no. We have a Karen. We have a Karen, everyone. Attention shoppers, we have a Karen! Not so loud. Everyone else is too busy living their festival lives to notice or give a shit. But the Morgans plaster smiles back on their faces like they're under FBI surveillance. Sorry, dear, I'll get the rose and lily pattern then. Whatever makes you happy, dear. Listen, I'm literally that guy. I don't care about decor, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, if it's a woman picking it, and she's like my girlfriend or whatever, I don't give a shit, just pick it, whatever makes you happy. Like, why do you need validation by someone going, yes, oh no, you picked really great shit right there. I'm gonna be on, let me know in the comments. Sounds like the two have had better days. Serves them right for everything after they put Joanna through. You see Millie hanging with Toby. You give her a wave, but she's too busy awkwardly, almost flirting to notice. If you want to see more clips, you've got a whole channel for drone landscaping footage. It's pretty cool for mapping abandoned buildings, or maybe we could watch it sometime together. Like, you could show me your favorite footages? Yep. He is so oblivious, but at least they're having fun. We're not gonna help her. We're not gonna help her at all. Still no sign of Stevie's contact, but when you pass some racing lanes, spray painted on the grass, you notice Tyler eyeing them eagerly. If you want to run Tyler, go for it. He's like a dog now. No, fine. Haven't really had to warm up. Anyway. Hey, Tyler. Want to do this next race with me? April, sure. Can I meet you at the starting line in 1 second? She nods and heads off to stretch while Tyler pulls you all into a huddle. Panic in his eyes. Aw, he found a crush. What do I do? Like me and April have barely talked since, you know, the dumb prank I pulled that got her hospitalized. Does this invite mean she forgives me, or is she playing some kind of weird mind game? Just take the goddamn invite, dude. My money's on mind games. Same. But you said you'd race her, so you gotta do it now. I guess, but I don't want to upset her. Maybe I shouldn't run this one, you know? If I were you, I'd give it your best shot. None of us can read April's mind, so if she asked you for a race, take her at her word and give her one. Yeah, nobody likes to feel like you're underestimating them. Alright, I'll try my best. Tyler joins April on the starting line. Because of her tentative grin, Stevie passes you and Donovan some popcorn. Tell me you didn't steal that from some poor, unsuspecting kid. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Come on, Tyler, you got this. One of the festival staff blows a whistle, and all racers sprint down their lanes. Tyler quickly takes the lead, but okay, April is fast. She's the only one who keeps up with him, but when it's down to the wire, they cross the finish line. He did it. I almost had you there. April makes it across milliseconds after Tyler, but as they catch their breath, she shoots him a grin. Yeah, guess I got lucky this time. Thanks for a race. It means a lot. It was fun. Maybe I'll see you on a real track again sometime. Sure. Sounds cool. Tyler rejoins the rest of you, scratching his head as April strolls off. That seemed promising. I wouldn't have blamed her if she tripped me into one of those apple stands, but yeah, it did. I'm glad she's doing okay now. You head back to the main thoroughfare with everyone, taking one last look around. No signs of our guy, although honestly that's better than finding him tailing us. Any other sights you all want to see while we're here? Are you kidding? We've barely scratched the surface. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's not wrong. Well, there's a stage always is to drag Abby to that gets some pretty good musicians. I got some weird friends who run booths. They're usually up for some mischief. And we haven't even tried any games or gone on the Ferris wheel. It's like a rite of passage. So what I'm hearing is that either I let you all explore, or you're gonna be moping like a bunch of sad puppies. Let us. I'd love to see you try and stop us. Or you could just join one of us. Or, hear me out. I could go take a nap. I'm serious, a nap sounds really good right now. I just had a morning of it, man. Oh, God, stretch. Get the blood flow going, here we go. I'm going with Donovan. Once we get to do all three of them, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but we'll see. Alright, Navarro, you want to explore a little more? Only because you're the one asking. Promise you two won't get lost without us. Don't worry, I'll keep Golden Boy safe. Dude, I'm not 5. I'm gonna get lost. I'm not gonna get lost in a corn maze again. Come on, let's get out of here while we still can. You stroll through the festival, making your way towards the picturesque center. The pumpkin-centered celebration gives way to what can only be described as an apple plaza. There's an apple bobbing, caramel apples, even a cider dunk tank. Ugh. So, what would you like to do? I would like the sun to set so we can meet this sketchy guy. There's this urge to tell him that you're supposed to be the workaholic. Besides, this isn't really my scene. I would have never guessed the pumpkin you carved was something else. Yeah, well, that's as close to as art as you're gonna find around here. Suddenly, music reaches your ears. It's an achingly beautiful song, and you find yourself walking towards it before you can tell your feet to move. A handsome musician sits at the center of a gazebo with a drummer and a bassist beside him. He strums on the guitar, his lips close to the mic as he sings. When the smoke is all around you, when you're caught up in the flames, when there's nothing but darkness and you don't know who to blame. Wow. That's Levi Schuler. Who? Levi Schuler. He's one of the best indie musicians working today, and he's never tours because he's co-parenting. I can't believe he's here. It's kind of like me going to a Twitch con, you know, or a YouTube thing. I'm too busy taking care of my two bros, man. I'm too busy. So I pour out my heart, soul, blood, everything into being content creator for you guys. You know I'll be there to keep you from pain. 'Cause girl, you've always been my shelter. But now let me be the same. You should go say hi. No, I couldn't. Yes, you could. He doesn't have any reason to talk to me. Donovan, you're in high school and you do gigs at the Verve. You're very impressive. I'm not Levi Schuler impressive. Yeah, but I'm sure Levi Schuler once said that about other people too. Come on, Donovan. He seems nice. Should hear your music. We'll respect your bravery. Well, respect your bravery, actually. Being a rock star is pretty isolating. I bet he'd love to talk to a normal human for a change. I am not a normal human right now. No, maybe not, but I'm sure you're a hell of a lot more down to earth than most people he meets. Besides, you don't want to miss your one chance to meet your hero, do you? He shakes his head. I'm sure he just started his set. As the song comes to an end, the crowd bursts into raucous applause. Thank you, Beechwood. We'll be back in 5. You were saying? Levi places his guitar on a stand and goes over to the drummer. The other musicians idle in the gazebo and off. Well, I guess I could, maybe. You nudge him forward. For once, his effortless cool is gone. He nearly trips as he approaches the gazebo, with you following just behind. Mr. Schuler? Levi smiles and walks over. Hi, thanks for coming out. Hi, Julie at the Verve introduced me to your last album, and it was amazing. She said she met you before, but maybe I misunderstood. He's a big fan. The silence between you seems like it'll last an eternity, even if you know it's only a few seconds, and then... Julie's great. How is she? Are you one of her acts? Yeah, I am, with my band. Julie's the head booker now. They're getting great numbers. I'll have to make my way over while I'm in town. You know, if I know Julie's taste, I think we need you up here for the next set. Really? Donovan looks back nervously at you, and you offer an encouraging smile. Go for it. He nods to the row of instruments. Pick your poison. Sorry, I didn't ask your name. Donovan Navarro. Donovan Navarro. Good rock star name. Donovan is beaming as he takes the stage, and you rejoin the crowd to watch. Alright, everybody, I want to introduce you all to a very special guest who has been kind enough to join me tonight, Donovan Navarro. The music hits you like a whirlwind of energizing sound, so this is why Donovan likes Levi. God damn it. Okay, I gotta feel the groove, hold on. Now, baby, I can't tell you what comes next, because the song as I'm playing is all I got left. Come on now, forget the future and the past. It doesn't jive with the song, it really doesn't, it's hard. For the first time since he lost Gabby, Donovan is smiling. Really smiling. Seeing him at the Verve was so wonderful, but this is incredible. He's holding his own next to an actual rock star. You can't believe he didn't think he could do it. You take out your phone to film it for Kira and Rob. They're gonna lose it. All we got right now, and it ain't gonna last. The lyric makes your heart twist thoughts of short time you had with Perdita, and Donovan had with Gabby. Oh, Gabby. I wish you could see him. The set goes on for a few more songs, and soon you're bobbing your head to the beat, while the whole crowd, when Levi and Donovan wind down, the whole festival seems to cheer and climb. Donovan whispers to Levi for a moment before heading back to you, flushed with excitement. He's gonna come to our show on Saturday. See? I told you there was nothing to worry about. Lucky guess. You just gotta put a little bit of confidence behind it. You're about to reply when a small voice sounds next to you. Excuse me. You turn to see a little girl in an orange dress and a crown. I'm the Autumn Princess, and I'd like another song, please. Is that an official title, or... Donovan bends down to the little girl's level. What is your will, your majesty? The girl whispers in his ear, and he stands up and heads over to the gazebo to borrow a guitar. Then he returns, already strumming. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night, come on and dance with me. I'm levitating. Moonlight, you're my starlight, all of you. Or what? I screwed that up. God damn it! I was getting into it, shut up. I was gonna say all I ever need, but you know. He looks at you expectingly. He smirks at you. Those aren't the words, detective. You shrug innocently. He finishes with a dramatic flourish on the guitar. The Autumn Princess claps enthusiastically and gives you a curtsy and thanks. Then she dashes back to her grateful-looking mothers. Donovan returns the guitar and you head back towards the festival booze. Do you want to get some food? Get your face painted? Try to bribe the carnival barkers to get free stuffed animals? He doesn't answer. Then you look over and find the melancholy expression from earlier back on his face. You okay? I appreciate what you're trying to do, Blake. I just don't think anything is going to take my mind off the sketchy guy or Gabby. We're about to meet this person who could have killed my sister, and I'm worried about impressing Levi Schuler. What's wrong with me? Donovan... This is part of the grieving process. Both the distractions and the guilt after. I know that, kind of, but I can't afford to lose focus. You need to take a break to keep focus. I know our brains don't make that easy, but it's worth a try, right? Don't you hate being right all the time? Yeah, I do. Not at all. Oh, yes, I do. Alright, almost sundown, which means we have one more important stop. Me to grab my cat that's slowly crawling up the screen of my window. With a Ferris wheel. Donovan raises an eyebrow, dubious. And what do I get out of it? To ride it with me? I don't know. What's cuddling up close to me on a ride sound? He crosses his arms, but you can see a slight smile play briefly on his face. I guess it's not too bad. You head over to the Ferris wheel where the two of you sit down in the rickety metal seat and close the bar. The wheel shudders in for an instant, and then you begin to rise. The air is cool and fresh. You swear you can almost taste the apples on the breeze. Donovan sighs beside you, and you glance over to see him gazing fondly out at the horizon. Could he maybe be enjoying himself? This is when you say, "Thank you, Blake, for showing me a truly magnificent sunset." Thank you, Blake, for showing me a truly magnificent sunset. See, was that hard? It was torture. You both settle back to watch the sky as it edges towards orange, red, and purple. You turn to face him, and he's already facing you. Donovan. Somehow, suddenly, you're crashing together, clinging to each other's warmth as your kiss deepens. Donovan doesn't move his lips away as he whispers, "Blake." You smile against his lips. "I missed you." "I'm right here." Not close enough. You look so good on the stage, all I kept thinking of was... this. You nod and kiss him again, your lips pressing against his until he's all you can feel. The gondola wobbles and then begins to journey back down. You slowly break apart, but you leave your hand in his. Let's go get the sketchy guy. For Gabby. You don't let go until your feet touch the grass. As darkness falls and the time for your meeting approaches, you and your friends make your way back down to the path through the trees, just a little bit away from the main festival thoroughfare. Are we early, Stevie? Do you see him? I'm assuming I'm him. Oh, hey! Nice! He literally worked at the Open Heart Hospital. Okay, let's go. You catch sight of a guy in scrubs rounding a corner of the path, barely early 20s, clean gun. Sorry, I came straight from work. It makes you wonder if Stevie's desire to grunge you up was more of a matter of personal interest than professional strategy, but you see him take you in and look satisfied. Then his eyes light up with recognition. Val Stone, would you look at that? You know who I am? I was friends with your sister in high school. Before everything. I think we actually met a few times, but I'm not surprised you don't remember. I think I had blue hair back then anyway. Ninjas, that you? Well, I'm glad everyone knows each other. Oh yeah, Kyle Waters. Last you remember, he was an upstart, would-be anarchist in the journalism club with Perdita, the investigative reporter to her private eye. They worked together on a piece about the park. You have to wonder, how did he end up here? Hey, we're here for a reason, remember? Right. Business, then. What are you looking for? Adderall? Guess you kids have midterms coming up? Or term papers or whatever. We're looking for capecitabine benzenite. Boosh. I guess I shouldn't be surprised it being Beechwood. But given how obscure it is, it seems like an oddly specific request. I'm not saying I can't get some, but it'll up the price for a fair bit. You mean you don't have any right now? Why would I? It's hard to get, experimental, expensive. But it gets you high, right? Sure. They're safer, cheaper, and way more accessible things that provide a comparable high. And then I'm trying to talk you out of being big spenders. Do you know anyone else who might be able to provide it? Without a script? Not in this town. Listen, I'm not even guaranteeing I can get it, but the hospital's a place, if there is one. So you haven't sold it to anyone else recently? Okay, cut the crap. What is this really about? I know your sister, remember? I didn't sign up for an interrogation. Kyle, just hear me out. We're looking for information. I thought you might be able to help us. Depends. What do you want to know? Just if you sold any of it to anyone else in the last few months. Our information is confidential. Stevie could have told you that. I'm hoping you can make an exception. Please, it's important. Someone killed my sister with this crap. I gotta know who could have gotten a hold of it. Otherwise, I'll just have to assume that you're the guy or covering for them. Hey man, cool down. You were friends with Perdita, right? Would you have been cool if someone gotten in the way of finding her? Tyler's angry expression softens a bit as he looks to you in sudden remorse, but you just nod. Please, Kyle, we never found out what happened to Perdita, but you can help us find answers for someone else. Listen, I'm sorry, I get it. But I couldn't help you even if I wanted to. I've never sold it to anyone. And I can confidently say not a lot of people can go looking for off-the-label uses. It just isn't on users' radar. So you didn't sell it to anyone? Damn, there goes our one lead. Not necessarily. Do you know who else could have had access to it? It's not widely prescribed, Jan. I wouldn't even falsify a prescription if I wanted to. So the only person who would have access to it are doctors responsible for clinical trials or patients and currently enrolled in those trials. Sounds like it might be a short list. Very short. I wouldn't certainly celebrate that. A short list, but a highly confidential one. Bingo. HIPAA laws. You'll have on your ass. All I can say is, the hospital is running a clinical trial of it right now. Really interesting work being done on anti-NMDA receptor encephalitis-related seizure disorders. Not the point here. No, but it actually helps us narrow it down. So this drug is used to treat seizures, then? Yeah, that umbrella. Neurological disorders like epilepsy, Parkinson's, MS, other disorders of the nervous system. You get the feeling he could evolve into medical speak indefinitely if you don't move on it. At least he likes his job. Donovan, I'm assuming Gabby didn't have... No, she didn't have any of those conditions. Most of the people involved in the study are older. Symptomatic epilepsy after strokes and that kind of thing. I'm guessing there aren't a lot of people in Beechwood with that. With all the money in this place, probably not. Nope. The richer you are, the healthier you are, the poorer you are, the less healthy you are. You're worth more dead than alive. Yeah, I said it. It's something I've been saying for years. It's a fact, actually. Alright, thank you, Kyle. I think we know our next step, or the next direction at least. Did someone say hospital heist? For legal purposes, no. You're not surprised when Kyle's forehead creases with concern at that, but you're not expecting what he says next. My folks work at the hospital. Bernita once asked me to get some blueprints of the place for her, and I guess I could just... just be careful. Blueprints, do you think you could get those for us too? Is it the blueprints you want, or some more info on what your sister was doing? It's about Perdita too. It's not like I can just turn off that part of my life. Yeah, I get that. But that's not the only reason I want them. They could help us solve this case too. Well, if you're interested in the blueprints, we'd have to swing by my place to print them out. And I could tell you a little bit more about what I knew of Perdita. But I followed the hospital thread so thoroughly I ended up working there, so I couldn't find anything about what Perdita was looking into. I don't want to give you false hope. Has anyone heard of no secondary locations here? I think we'll be safe with him. He's a dealer, not a kidnapper. And if he's going to try anything, I'm sure he'd learn to regret it. He says this to the group, but it's clear it's directed at Kyle, who just holds up his hands in a placating gesture. Hey, you're the ones who want what I've got. Take it or leave it. Diamond choice. Let's go with those blueprints from the really sketchy guy from Open Heart. Yay! Okay, I'll meet you at my place. He gives you his address, and once there, he logs into a desktop computer and starts downloading and printing out the hospital blueprints. This might take a few minutes, so I guess I have time for a little story about Perdita. Tell me, what you knew about her. Not sure any of us really knew her. He smiles, but it's a little bitter, and launches into his memories. It all started after your sister and I published the giant piece about how the park was being destroyed by the Shell Corporation. The journalism club went out to celebrate. Are you ready to order? We'll eat the rich. Ha 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 ha! Who didn't hear that one before? Yeah. Everyone at the table erupts into cheers and laughter. Everyone, that is except Perdita. We'll take 2 large pepperoni and 2 large cheese. Please and thank you. Hey, check out the League Realtors Twitter. We are sorry to announce that we will not be pursuing any further development projects. Should I reply with a link to the article? If you want. Hey, I think I left my wallet in the car. Perdita, mind coming with me? You take Perdita by the arm and pull her gently out of the restaurant. Hey, is something still wrong? I know the lawyers put you through the ringer. Looking for another story, Kyle? Just checking in on my friend. She lets out a sigh. I just have this nagging feeling that there's a bigger mystery here. I knew I'd face some opposition taking on a big company, but a lot of it seemed to come from places that made no sense. The park authority didn't even want me looking around. I had to send in my little sister. It's almost as if they didn't want to be saved. It'd make more sense if they were in cahoots. Maybe the park authorities were going to profit from the sale. Well, if it was just them, I'd assume so, but I get into kind of trouble everywhere, and then there was some documents I found that just didn't make sense. I can't help but feel like I won this battle, but the war is just beginning. Perdita. If that's so, you know I'll stick with you till the end. I can't ask you to do that, Kyle. You saw the way they made me look on the witness stand. If I'm right, that's only the beginning of what they can do. You don't have to ask, I'm volunteering. If they're as bad as you say, it's all the more reason you shouldn't do this alone. You always know just what to say, Kyle. I'm a journalist, I report only the truth. Remember when they did that? I know, I miss those days. She laughs gently. Her smile shines all the more in the moonlight, and you feel a warmth in your chest. Guess we should get back inside before our friends eat all the pizza. Wait, before we go... Yeah? I love you. Now it's just a pound. You wanted to say that for years, ever since 7th grade, and now you've finally done it. Oh, I love you too, Kyle. You stared at her, joy racing through your veins. It's the happiest day of your life. You and the other journalist kids are the best friends I've ever had. It's gonna hurt when we all go away for college. And then you feel as though you've been stabbed in the chest. Oh, my dude, I feel for you right now. She misunderstood, or maybe she's just pretending so she can let you down easy. The rejection hurts the same. Yeah, I'll miss you all too. Now let's go get that pizza. After that, Perdita changed somehow. She still worked on the school paper with us, but she started getting all secretive. I remember one day in class. Got your data from for the prom dress survey. I'm sure you're shocked to hear that most girls are wearing full-length dresses. Now we gotta fill out the back page somehow. How's that big story coming? It's good. I have a few more leads to follow up on before I can start writing. Do you think you'll have it done in time for the April edition? No. I'm sorry, Kyle, but at this point I don't think I'll have it ready until next school year. Seriously, what's the holdup? There's just a lot of angles to cover, and I really need to get the whole thing in one go. I don't suppose you'd let me help you. It's too complicated. Taking time to get you up to speed would just slow things down further. It's the same thing she's been saying for you the last 3 months. You didn't believe it then, and you don't believe it now. Well, do you at least have time to help research the article on marriage equality tonight? Sorry, Kyle, I've got a date. Oh, right, with Jeremy. Where are you going? To the movies. We're gonna see the new Tommy Phelps movie. Seriously, Tommy Phelps? I thought you hated movies with unnecessary explosions. Jeremy really wanted to see it. Ready to... Never change yourself for a boy. I'm not changing myself for Jeremy. I'm watching a movie that he's excited about. And how often does Jeremy return the favor? We don't keep score. You don't need to when it's obvious that your relationship is all take and no give. You're always ready to assume the worst about him, but you're not the one dating him. I'm just trying to look out for you. I can look out for myself. I don't know if you're jealous or what, but please leave me and my relationship alone. She barely talked to me after that. I wasn't sure if I'd hurt her feelings or come on too strong, or if it was just a convenient excuse to shut me out. But she got super distant. Until one night during the summer when she showed up at my door. Hey Kyle, I need to log into the hospital system using your family computer and print out some blueprints. Hang on. What? I need to log into the hospital system using your family computer and print out some blueprints. My god! Deja vu? Is this you? Okay, so I did hear you right the first time. Your parents have access from home, right? They both work at the hospital? I don't know, probably. That's part of the investigation, isn't it? Yes. Now, are you gonna help me or not? Fine. I'm just glad you're finally letting me help. Thank you so much, Kyle. Traps you in a tight hug and you enjoy it more than you should. Anytime. You grab your dad's laptop, boot it up, she opens it up, the portal, and starts typing furiously. How did you get in? Your parents had their password saved to the computer. You should never do that, by the way. I agree with that. Perdita clicks a few more buttons and a blueprint appears on the screen. Why does she need these? Jackpot. If you were looking for hospital blueprints, I'm sure you could have asked someone. Not like they're top secret. I already saw the blueprints at the city hall. So why'd you need me? Because the blueprints don't match these. There are secret tunnels riddling the hospital. What's up with that? And this has to do with your article? It does, but it's too hard to explain. You're just gonna have to trust me. Real estate. Tunnels. Something tells me book 2 is gonna happen. I guess I'll find out when you finally have this thing written. That article never happened, of course. Perdita disappeared a few months later. All the kids in the journalism club were torn up at first, but soon everyone just seemed to move on. Perdita, what happened to you? What were you investigating? As I recall, they never found a body, did they? Looked over my parents' computer for more clues. Came up dry. I thought working in the hospital would help. But after I got the job, I just never found out what your sister was looking for. And then you became a drug dealer? Life happens, surely you understand that, Stevie. One minute you're getting your friend some painkillers so you can make rent for the month. Next you know you're here. I know I'm doing a bad thing, but I don't go out trying to get people hooked. My customers would be buying from someone else if not me. You shut up for us today. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I'm not gonna help you justify it to yourself either. Thanks. Well, here are the blueprints. Hope you can make better use of them than I can. Snap a picture of the backup for a backup and carefully fold the blueprints into your bag. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Thanks for the help, Kyle. Anything for Perdita's sister. For what it's worth, I still have hope she'll turn up. I do too. Kyle gives you a sad nod. You and your crew take the blueprints and head back to Donovan's place to go over them. And Kyle, thanks for all this. Sorry for all the crap I gave you before. Water under the bridge. Just try not to drag me into any more investigations, okay? We won't. After some rapid-fire internet searching in the car on the way back to Donovan's, you come up with a big old nothing up at the clinical trial. Joanna joins you in the living room as you talk it over. Not surprising we can't find anything because of the patient confidentiality and all, but I was hoping. So, what do we do? Stalk everyone at the school and try to figure out who all has nervous system disorders and is in specific clinical trial? Yes! Yes, that'll work. No, it won't. I'm being sarcastic. Nervous system disorders? Thanks to Tyler, we know April Morris has epilepsy. Ouch. Sorry. Kyle said the participants are generally older, maybe a child, or a grandchild, or a niece or sibling is stealing their family members' meds. Or a brother. Brett's been stealing April's syringes. How does it always come back to him? Can someone please tell me why we're looking into people with nervous disorders? That's what the drug Mr. Lewis told us about is being used for treating epilepsy, MS, Parkinson's, stuff like that. Okay, well, as someone who also has epilepsy, I might be able to help. Wait, you have epilepsy? It's what made my dad become a neurologist, and now he's one of the top in the state. He wanted to do everything he could to cure his little girl. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. Not until the end of the video, I guess. I know my parent kicked me out, but maybe I could still pull some strings at the hospital. Hold on, your father works at Beechwood Hospital? Yes. Joanna, are you in the clinical trial? No, I've got an immunotherapy treatment regimen that works for me pretty well. I wouldn't want to shake that up with anything experimental. So the killer didn't get the drug from you, but if your father is that good of a doctor, he could be running the trial. What if he found out about Joanna and Gabby somehow? That'd be one hell of a motive. Oh no, don't do that. Don't, no. Oh my gosh, any chaperone ham coming dance. Sounds like we have a new prime suspect, Dr. Morgan. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not gonna be him. Don't do that. Anyway, without further ado, before I talk, please remember to like and share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's a great way of supporting the channel. Again, I would like this community to grow. So, with that being said, let's begin with the following. Alright. Let's just say I'm gonna keep this TLDR. Because I was gonna make an official announcement here soon on the channel. A short video for the purposes. Let's just say I went to the doctor recently. The best I possibly can, and it's no good news. There's no good news. It actually got worse, actually. So yeah. I was actually thinking of the fair earlier. I was actually Googling and stuff, and I was checking the Ohio State Fair and shit, because, you know, the news came in September, and unfortunately the fair had already passed in August. So, I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to go to another one ever again. So, yeah. Next is pretty much in terms of clinical trials and things like that. We talked a little bit about that during Open Heart, and yes, a lot of it's confidentiality and everything else like that. There's some ways you can find out if one's going on. Typically, some places are a little bit more public than others. I myself am right now on a list for something that may or may not buy me just a little bit more time. And if it doesn't, then like I said, video coming soon. Anyway, next up is it's hard. I feel for Donovan. It's hard to do things without thinking about other things, right? You want to enjoy some moments, and some moments you don't know how to enjoy, or some moments you do have the guilt, right? You know, I'm sure you guys have watched enough videos of mine to know that I don't typically sit here and pause this much, or this I don't know, this much, let alone, I mean, pauses in general. So yeah, no, it's kind of a lot of thoughts right now. Kind of this chapter smacked me in the face, made me think about things I had been pushing down and forgetting for a week or so. So, plus a magnitude of other things as well on top of that, in terms of, you know, you want love, right? Everybody deserves love, and it'd be nice to just let it all go, right? To just hold hands with someone right now and just enjoy today, you know? Just enjoy a movie, a show, a hug. Just enjoy small things in life. That's it. That's all you want. Just comfort. But not all of us can afford that in one way or another, you know? And not all of us can find that, and for me, I found it once, and I tried to find it again, right? Because I'm a person who believes in, you know, if you love someone and you lose them, you know, you shouldn't sit there, and I'm sure they wouldn't want you to sit there for the rest of your lives and be miserable and pining and everything else, you know. Um, so yeah, you know, um, I don't know. There's a whole bag of worms there I'm not gonna open, and a whole closet of skeletons. Um, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.